Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And today we have to talk about a new credit card. Or is it? It's a fintech, ladies and gentlemen, but it's going to help boost your credit score with no hard inquiry, no credit check. We got to talk about it. And welcome to Extra. Welcome to Stop Struggling Now. Tofosi Optics. Check. Stop Struggling Now gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. Welcome back. And as you can see, I am not on the Stop Struggling Now YouTube channel page. I'm on the StopStrugglingNow.com website. And I'm showing the SSN merchandise page. There's a link down below in the description. If you like any of this gear, please come over here and pick it up. We have the hats. We have the ladies. In fact, the V-necks are the ladies. We have the hats. We have the t-shirts. We have hoodies, even yoga pants, and you can see them all here, ladies and gentlemen. There'll be a link down below. There's always a link down below in the description. Now, we will go to the Stop Struggling Now YouTube channel page, and I want to show once again that we need to share the videos with other people because we're trying to help millions, if not thousands of other people as well. And please notice the join button over here on the right hand side. For the Wednesday night live crowd, there's icons next to their name, and that's how you get an icon next to your name, is by becoming a member of the channel. You also get special messages on the community tab specifically for members, and you get 1 or 2 videos per month. And on Wednesday night lives, only members can chat, but everybody else can watch. All right, so let's get into it. The extra fintech card. You guys knew it was coming. I talked about this over 9 months ago when I said the fintechs are coming. They're trying to take over the bank's responsibility because the banks are using your credit score against you, and we know why we're not trying to get a hard inquiry any longer, because when you get 4 or more within 2 years, you can get up to 4 hard inquiries in 2 years. As soon as you go past 4, all of a sudden they're trying to reduce your credit score. Why? Because the banks, lenders benefit from you having a higher credit of interest. Okay, so they're trying to get your interest rate a little higher, and that's why it's only normal in this day and age that you might want to look for a car, a house, or some other real estate, some other credit cards, and of course you're going to get more than 4 inquiries over 2 years. That's absurd to reduce a person's credit score. So the fintechs are here. Here's another fintech extra. All right, this works like Tomo credit card. What I mean by that is they do not do a credit check. No hard inquiry. What they do is look at your bank account. So once again, when you apply, you're going to have to show them your bank account, log in using one of their services, and then we'll get into it now. All right, you can see right here, it's nothing more than a debit card, but they're still going to report to your credit file. So get familiar with this. A lot of fintechs are piggybacking each other, so you'll see other companies with this similar card, just a different color. Same kind of thing. Now, I like how they have this, the cost of having bad credit, because most people don't understand the differences. So a person here, they're giving an example, 725 credit score, gets a 4.21% interest rate. Their payments are $28.33, And if you have a 600 score, yes, you can get a car, but your interest rate's 11%. You're paying $6,000 more over the life of your loan. Now, this is how Extra works. It's plain and simple, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to have a link down below in the description for this and many others. Everything I'm going to have down below in the description, including other videos for the shopping cart trick, all this is going to be a no hard inquiry or soft inquiry. This is what you want in 2021. You don't want any hard inquiries, ladies and gentlemen, if you can avoid it for this year. You want to be wiped clean, so then you might have 0 or 1 in hard inquiry, because it's going to come in handy in about a year and a half from now, maybe even sooner, because you're going to want to buy up some of these assets when people are in default for real estate, or you're going to try and get into some other real estate and you're going to need your personal credit. I also will suggest you search the channel for business credit, because you need to start getting your LLC in order and building business credit slowly but surely. Okay, there's videos on the channel about business credit, so I advise you to do that. That's what we need in 2021, along with, of course, obtaining assets. Now, as you see, just like I told you, sign up by connecting to your bank account, and we give you a spending limit based on the real-time balance with no credit check. Now, this is a little different than Tomo card, which is why I like it. This is how you should pay your credit card bills. If you charge something, you should charge it, go online, and then have it come out of your bank account and pay for it the next day. This is how you can keep a zero balance, a low balance, and this is how you can also use your credit card without having to pay interest. All right? And then they're reporting every month as well. They do it a different way with a debit card, and I love how Extra does it. You swipe your Extra card just like you normally do. You pay for your purchase, but because you tie in your bank account, the next day they automatically take it out of your bank account. I repeat, you go down, you buy yourself some groceries. The groceries are $100. You charge it on the Extra card, which is a debit card, and the $100 they're going to take out of your bank account the following day. However, during the course of the 30 days, as you can see here, at the end of the month, we total up all of your purchases and report them to the credit bureaus as credit-worthy payments. So that $100 will show zero balance. All right? They're reporting to the credit bureaus. The only thing I do not know is if they are doing an installment or revolving. If they're doing what they say here, where the purchases could vary every month, so therefore your payment is not fixed. Normally, if you have a fixed payment, that's an installment trade line. This right here, you could have different balances every month. Your electric bill could be paid with it, your water bills, your credit, anything that you're going to buy at the store. So therefore, it would vary. So I'm hoping that it ends up being a revolving trade line, but it does not matter for anybody who wants any type of positive reporting on a credit file. So this is very, very cool how I like it. Now, they're going to talk some mess that I have to change up here a little bit. Now, they add this every purchase builds your credit history, which is great. Now, this I like. You earn points and redeem them in the rewards store. So they have this little ecosystem going on. So every time you charge something, then it's paid, then you get some rewards points. This has been out for eons. This is nothing new. You get cash back. You get rewards on credit cards. You get cash back for using your debit card from your bank. I mean, this is nothing new. They just turned it into a rewards program. And of course, we already talked about this. Connects to your existing bank account. And this is how they pay the next day. So it really is a debit card, but unbelievably, they're reporting to the credit bureaus, which is fintechs eating the lunch. Now, no credit checks or interest fees. Now, this is the thing that I don't like them saying, that there's no interest fees. Now you're going to find out why I say this, because down here, what about secured card? They're doing their comparisons, and again, they say no interest or hidden fees, except one little problem. They do have a fee. So they charge starting from $7 per month for you to have this. See, we believe in upfront transparent pricing, which is why Extra only charges a flat monthly subscription rate starting at just $7. Now see, notice that starting at number, which now means it's almost like a bank, because banks like to charge people monthly fees if they can, and I understand what they're doing because they're offering the credit file. So to some people, this may be worth paying $7, $10, $12 a month. To me, that's a fee. I don't really care what you call it. You can call it interest, you can call it fee, but it's like they're talking like they don't have fees, but that's a fee to me, and apparently there's no way to avoid that fee. But nonetheless, for some people, it's worth it to pay $10 a month, let's say, because it says starting from 7, and getting things added to your credit file. And this is an option for you. All right? Now, that is it in a nutshell. And the link is down below, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to get into some other cards that you guys might want to pay attention to. And for everybody who's new and doesn't understand about how the FICO score system works, it's pretty simple. This is why there's a record now for most people over a 700 credit score, because people now have come to be accustomed to this scoring model, and they now know what to do, because they know 35% of your credit score is based on your payment history. So the more payments you have that are on time, that's 35% of your credit score, which is hefty. They also know amounts owed, which is called debt utilization. If you have a $1,000 credit card and you charge $500, that is a 50% debt utilization number, which is no good. You have to be at 29% or less. So that $1,000 credit card, you need to owe $290 or less when your statement, they take a snapshot around your statement date. So that example I used before when we were talking about the Extra card, if you charge $100, you have a zero balance, you charge $100 on your credit card, and then you don't make a payment at all. So you have a $100 credit card, you charge $100, and then the statement date comes out, says you owe $100. That's 100% debt utilization, which your credit score will go down. All right, so you always want to make sure that you pay down to 29% or less before your statement date, before they report to the credit bureaus. So if your balance was $290 the day before your statement date, then it would show 29% debt utilization, which is good. But you want it under 10%, and ideally you want it 7% to 5% in that range. All right, so now the others is the credit mix. So remember, I talked about credit strong self-lender. We're going to get into that because a lot of people know about everything else I'm going to talk about, but that's 10% of your credit score. So if you get self-lender, which is an installment trade line, now I have Extra, which should be a revolving trade line. That's a credit mix. If you have a car, that's a different type of credit, so that's another credit mix. So you get bonuses for having different type of credit. A mortgage is another type of credit. If you get a personal loan, again, even though those are going to be installments, but that's still a different company, different type of loans. Now, length of credit history, there's nothing you can really do other than an authorized user trade line. That can change your age, because you can get an authorized user trade line that can add 10 years, 20 years to your profile, your credit profile. That can help you out. It's not going to help you out in these days trying to get a house. They started minimizing AUs for home purchases, but an AU for credit cards and almost everything else, it can still hold up. All right. So new credit, 10%. This is a plus. 10% of your score. New credit. So they always want you to have some sort of new credit. So some people go, how come somebody has 20, 30, 40 credit cards? Well, it's new credit. That hurts your age though, but you get a bonus. So sooner or later you might start realizing, I don't really want credit. I want the credit score, but I don't want the credit. And that's the idea that you should have. You don't want to use your credit. You just want the credit score. So that's why you want to keep your credit, the IOUs, down to a minimum. And therefore, you can utilize your credit to buy assets. Because remember, 2021, we're trying to buy assets. All right? Now, let's move on to another card. One, finance. Once again, I'm going to go over this real briefly because you can search the channel for the Build Your Credit with One Finance. And they work almost similar, except they work off of your deposit. So on One Finance, you deposit, your direct deposit goes into them, then they allow you a credit limit, and then that's how you can start building your credit with One Finance. That's the little bit different twist. And then they have other things that I really love because they have these pockets. So you can put in, when your money comes in, it puts it into your pocket, such as your rent. It'll take a portion out for your rent. You're saying, hey, I want to save a little bit for vacation. I'll take a little portion out. I have groceries bill a month. I'm going to take a portion out, my energy bill. So I love what they do at One Finance, and there will be a link down below. Once again, this is all fintech, ladies and gentlemen, not your grandpa's bank anymore, because now you don't have to beg and go, hey, can I get a credit card? These guys are like, hey, wait a minute, you're already sending us money. You make direct deposits. We'll give you a line of credit. How much that line of credit's going to be is going to depend on you. As long as you keep paying us on time after we extend you credit, you have a banking relationship, it will increase. Okay? It's that simple, ladies and gentlemen. And once again, there'll be a link down below for One Finance also. Now, let's get into Credit Strong. All you who want business credit, well, guess what? If you missed that video that I had about Credit Strong, business credit, you can see up at the top, they have started a $10,000 trade line for business credit, which works just like Credit Strong, where you can, the $10,000 trade line simply means that, and it's the same way for the personal side as well, and I'll show you right here. It works the same way. They're giving you the trade line on your credit report, whether it's personal, this is the personal side. If you go to business, it's going to work the same way. They'll put it on your business, but you don't get the credit. It's not usable. It's reporting, and each month you're building up a savings and paying it off. And that's why it's an installment, because it's a fixed number. Like that one, $1,000 is $15 a month. The $30 a month is a $2,500 installment trade line on your credit report. And once again, this will include everything except debt utilization. Installment trade lines do not help you with debt utilization, but it does help you with the other 4 buckets. It helps you with the 35%, the credit mix, the length of history, and the new credit. And of course, the 35% is the most important with the on-time payment history, which is what Credit Strong and Self-Lender both work similar. All right, they have the same type of program, except there's one difference. Self-Lender, once you build up a little cash savings, because that's how this works, when they extend you that installment trade line, let's say it's $1,000, and then let's say you have $200 that you've put in there to pay it off, and once it's paid off on Credit Strong and Self-Lender, the money is yours. All right, and you can stop at any time without a penalty. But Self-Lender, on the other hand, you get up to around $200 or more in your account. You can tell them to transfer that to a secured credit card, which now means another no hard inquiry credit card reporting to your credit file. So that's the beauty of Self-Lender. Credit Strong still has not come out with that secured card yet, but they did come out with that new business trade line that helps out a lot of people. All right. So this isn't business today. Tomo credit card. This is the one I was referring to that's similar to Extra, except Tomo credit card, they do it no interest, no fees, no credit check. All right. They do link to your bank account, so do some sort of funky algorithm, and then tell you you have a line of credit or your credit limit is a certain number. This is a true credit card, but it's not a credit card as what most people think. It's an old-fashioned charge card. So it's short term. So in other words, you charge again $100 today. Yes, in the aspect of a credit card, they're not taking out of your bank account tomorrow. In fact, they're not taking out your credit out of your bank account like Extra at all. You're going to have a 14-day time frame to pay that $100. So it's an old-fashioned charge card. I charge $100 today, but in 2 weeks I have to pay that $100 in full off. Then they report to all 3 credit bureaus as a revolving trade line. All right? So that's pretty good, right? Tomo credit card, it's in effect right now. Go down below and get that link if you want to get no hard inquiry. Now, I'm going to go into 2 credit cards which are very, very similar, and they are on the wait list right now. That is Benjamin Finance. The link is down below, also in the description, and X1. In fact, it's eerily similar. Basically, it's going to go along the same lines, no credit check, metal credit cards, build your own credit card and credit journey, pick a metal card. Both of the X1 is the same. It's eerily the same. And they're allegedly no credit check, and they're going to give you a line of credit. All right? And then you have the rewards, just like, they're everywhere these days. Rewards are not hard to have with the card. And so I'm going to gloss over this because I also have a video on the X1 credit card that you can also do a search on the channel. All right. So again, depending on how you're going to pay back, if you're going to pay weekly, you have a lower interest rate. Bi-weekly, which means every 2 weeks, you're going to have a little bit higher interest rate. And if you're going to do your normal monthly payment for this on the Benjamin one and the X1, you're going to have a highest interest rate. All right. So that's pretty simple. And once again, no hard inquiry. Limits up to 25, behavioral intelligent, carbon neutral. Okay. Now, they're going to have other programs with this, but again, there's a wait list. You might as well go sign up for both of these. Use my link down below, please. Everybody who's still here and you want some other credit that you're going to have to earn the old-fashioned way, well, then we got to go into crypto, because a lot of you are familiar with secured credit cards, right? Where that's a secured credit card is similar to what Extra was saying over here. All right. You have to put in a deposit for a secured credit card. So let me ask you something. If you're going to put up a deposit for $500, right? And it's a secured credit card and you charge something, you normally are going to have an annual fee. You're also normally going to have to pay interest if you don't pay it off within the 30-day period on that. Anything you charge, you're going to have to pay 30-day interest on. Now, what if you put $500 into Celsius Network, which means you bought some crypto, and that also means the crypto earns interest daily? And what if you can borrow up to 50%, no credit check, no qualifying, at 1% annually? That's right, you heard me, 1% annually, and you can borrow from 6 months to 36 months. You pick the months. And not only that, interest only. So the last payment is actually the balloon payment. So if you wanted to take 24 months to do it, you're paying interest only for 23 months. And on the 24th month, you have to do the full payment. That is an option that has just now come out in the last year, ladies and gentlemen. More DeFi, crypto, fintechs, they're here. Banks are in trouble because now again you're using your money just like a secured card. Think about it. Some of you are listening to this have already done it. You've sent $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 to some bank so you can have a secured card when you could have actually you could have invested in yourself and still been able to borrow at 1%. That's basically business banking loan rates. And you have an upside potential. If your crypto goes up in value, you gain that as well. So it's not just like you spent $1,000. You could spend $1,000, and if crypto goes up to $1,500, you get the upside. Unlike when you have $1,000 on a secured card. So Celsius Network, I have a link down below for more information on that. Nexo works exactly the same, except they don't have the 1%. You can borrow against your crypto, but you might have to pay like 6% annually. But again, it works similar to Celsius Network, exactly the same. You have to buy crypto. And if you want to buy crypto, again, no problem. We have many places you can do that. Get your free $10 of crypto down below from Coinbase if you haven't already. And by the way, for all those people who already have received your free $10, go back to Coinbase and learn about other cryptos so you can get an additional $3, $10, $6, whatever the case may be, by learning, because they give you $3 to $6 to $10 for every time you go in and learn about the new crypto. So I'll have links down below for Celsius Network, Nexo, and Coinbase. So that wraps it up, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I want to thank you for being here once again, and please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And I know it's hard out here, and that's why if you can get credit without having to give up any hard inquiries, you have to go for it, because nobody else is going to give you credit. You can keep depositing to your bank account. You can keep getting nothing, no interest. All right? So why are you caring about putting your money in a bank? Start thinking about, hey, I need to expand my horizons. There's other people out here who says if I have direct deposits to them like One Finance, I can get a line of credit. All right? Extra saying I can also get reported on my credit file just by doing what I normally do with a debit card anyhow. So I might as well just link my bank account with Extra, and then still do the same thing. When I go charge something, it's paid off the next day, and they're reporting to my credit file. Win, win, win for the OCs, which is ordinary citizens, and we gotta love that, ladies and gentlemen. So once again, thank you so much for being here, and please keep your head up, keep moving, and I'm out.